The Lord spoke to Abram in a vision. "Abram, don't be afraid. I will protect you and reward you greatly." But Abram answered, "Lord all-powerful, you have given me everything I could ask for except children. And when I die, Eliezer of Damascus will get all I own. You have not given me any children, and this servant of mine will inherit everything." The Lord replied, "No, he won't. You will have a son of your own, and everything you have will be his." Then the Lord took Abram outside and said, "Look at the sky and see if you can count the stars. That's how many descendants you will have." Abram believed the Lord, so the Lord was pleased with him and accepted him. To establish the covenant, God instructs Abraham to bring specific animals, and Abraham arranges them for a ritual. During this ritual, God foretells the future suffering and eventual return of Abraham's descendants to the land of Canaan, ultimately reaffirming his covenant with Abraham and promising the land as an inheritance for his descendants. Despite God's promise, years went by. Still, Abram's wife Sarai remained childless. But she did have an Egyptian servant girl whose name was Hagar. Sarai had an idea, so she approached her husband. "The Lord has not allowed me to have children, so sleep with my slave. Maybe she can have a son, and I will accept him as my own." Abram agreed. So after living 10 years in the land of Canaan, Sarai gave her Egyptian slave to Abram as a second wife. Abram slept with Hagar, and she became pregnant. When Hagar realized this, she became very proud and began to feel that she was better than Sarai, her owner. Sarai would not tolerate her servant looking down on her, so she approached Abram again and said, "This is all your fault. I allowed my servant girl to be intimate with you, and as soon as she saw she was pregnant with your child, she started behaving arrogantly and disrespectfully toward me. I have done nothing to deserve this. You have done me wrong, and you will have to answer to the Lord for this." Abram said, "All right, she's your slave. Do whatever you want with her." Then Sarai began treating Hagar so harshly that she finally ran away. Hagar stopped to rest at a spring in the desert on the road to Shur. While she was there, the angel of the Lord came to her and asked, "Hagar, where have you come from and where are you going?" Hagar said, "I'm running away from Sarai." The angel said, "Hagar, go back to Sarai and change your attitude. Be respectful and listen to her instructions. You're pregnant, and you need to go home." The angel of the Lord also said, "From you will come many people, too many people to count. You will have a son. You will name him Ishmael, because the Lord has heard that you were treated badly. Just to warn you though, Ishmael, your son, is going to be a wild and rowdy man. He'll put his fist in every face, and everyone will turn against him, and he will live at odds with all of his relatives." So Hagar returned home and gave birth to Abram's son. Abram named his son Ishmael. Abram was already 86 years old when Hagar gave birth to Ishmael.